Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Vivo Barefoot shoes unboxing video. I have two pairs of shoes to show you, but before I do, I thought I would show you the shoes that I bought last year to go travelling with because I thought I was being sensible. Turns out I was not. So the first pair I bought was these from the North Face. Now you will see they are pointy in the toes. They have really thick soles, they are not flat, they go up at the toes, and also they are heeled here and then they go smaller. They are not very flexible at all, and they have been great. They have really good grip on them. I like the colour of them. I've worn them loads. I really have got my money's worth. But the thing I've noticed is that when we go hiking uphill, they're fine. As soon as we go downhill, my toes get crammed into the edges here, and I end up getting numb toes and really sore toes from them being squashed in the front of the shoes. The other problem I have with these is that they are mesh here, which means they're really breathable, but it also means that when it's raining, I get wet feet. So that's the first pair of shoes I have been traveling with. The second pair is a pair of Converse, normal classic Converse in white. I wanted just a casual pair to be able to wear kind of around towns and cities. These are more of my like hiking adventure shoes. These are my like walking around a city shoes. These are great. The one thing I will say is that I do get sore toes. My small toe especially gets crammed in the toes here and they end up getting sore. They are flexible soles. They are flat as far as I'm concerned. I don't know a whole lot about barefoot shoes. They do go up a bit at the end, I guess, here. They probably are a bit thicker at the heel than they are at the toe. I'm not sure. But that's the second pair. The third pair I've been traveling with is the Teva Hurricane Verge 2 sandals. I got these to be super practical because they are so thick and chunky. I thought these would be great for traveling through, you know, hiking, things like that if it's hot. Waterfalls, water, anything like that, I can wear these. Don't really have a flexible sole. I'm trying to bend it in half. It's not really happening. So they're not very flexible. They are waterproof, which is great, or at least they dry quickly if you do get them wet. I have loved these. For the first 6 months or so, I thought about leaving them in every accommodation we were at. But then for some reason, after 6 months, I started wearing them and they got more and more comfortable the more I did wear them. I have loved these, but they are everything wrong with shoes that shouldn't be happening. And then the last thing I've been traveling with is Havaianas, whatever you call them. Some flip-flops. These have started to go really thin at the heel. Obviously these are flexible. But the reason I'm showing you this is because my 4 pairs of shoes, if I try and stack them up on my arm here, you'll see just how much space this takes in my bag when I'm traveling, which is loads of space when you're taking only one rucksack full of clothes and shoes. It's also quite heavy and they're also not great for my feet. So my husband last year got some barefoot shoes and I thought, you know what, I'll let him try them first, see what he says. If he likes them, I might then think more about it and look into it. Well, these past couple of months I have been following some barefoot shoe people online where they share information and pictures of like before toes and after toes, where people's toes are like off to the side. They wear barefoot shoes and do some foot exercises and wear toe spaces and then their toes are back to normal. And I kind of thought, do you know what, it's time to be an adult. Even though Converse are the cool shoe, I mean they were back in the day, I don't know if they're cool these days anymore, but to me these are like a cool shoe to wear. They're not great because if you look at the shape of that, like my toes naturally are not that shape. My toes are like, they're not completely flat like people who wear barefoot shoes for years and years and years are. They are slightly this shape, but the natural foot of somebody should not be that shape. And I've just been learning more about it and the fact that, you know, shoes are made to look cute and to make your toes look tiny and dainty, where actually your toes should spread so you have more stability, you have more muscles in your feet because they've not got so much arch support like in these. They're quite supportive, which I thought at the time was going to be really good for hiking, but actually your feet need to work to build muscle, to have the strength and the flexibility to do their thing. I'm sorry that was a 5-minute intro, but I thought it was important to tell you what I was working with versus my new shoes and why I've replaced them. So I'm going to get straight into it. I got 2 pairs of Vivo shoes. These are the Novus Women's White Leather. I wanted to get 2 pairs. 1 pair for hiking, 1 pair for kind of walking through the town, day trip kind of things. So these ones are my hiking shoes. Now I got these ones because they are leather. They do have some traction things on the bottom to keep them grippy on all surfaces. I think they're water resistant, not necessarily waterproof, but I think if it rained I would not get wet feet. These are bright white, so if I do take these hiking, they're not going to stay that colour, but that's fine. These are my Converse, which obviously were at one point white as well, so you can see side by side. And if we look at the toes here, you can see just how much more space there is in this one versus this one. So that's the Converse, this is the Vivo Barefoot. So I'm excited to actually try it for myself and see how my feet feel in these shoes with such a dramatic difference, even from the front. If I show you that way, you can see how the Converse, I'm trying to hold these together, you can see how the Converse here just slope down and completely chop off your little toe almost, whereas here they're quite wide and there's so much more space for your foot to sit. So yeah, I'm super duper excited about these. I got a UK size 6, which I'm hoping is fine. I'm usually a 5 or 6, but I think I've realised that I get a size 5 to make my feet look smaller and daintier. Well, actually I think I am a size 6. So they do have branding on the side here, Vivo Barefoot. They also have the logo, and like I said, they do have a nice grippy sole. These are Michelin shoes, Michelin soles, which is really cool. They have the Vivo Barefoot down the tongue of the shoes, and I thought we could try these on together because I have not tried these on yet. So I'm excited to see if they fit, what they look like, if they're comfortable. I think my main concern with barefoot shoes was that I would feel too much of the floor, which I know sounds a bit silly if you're looking for barefoot shoes, because obviously you want to touch the floor and be connected to earth, which is a huge part of the barefoot movement, and also you can feel all the rocks and things under you, your toes can move naturally. There's obviously a lot of benefits to it, but I also was a little bit, not scared, just a little bit dubious about like, oh my god, are they really going to be super duper flat? These do have a bit of chunk to them, which I'm excited about because I think it just means that when we're hiking I'm not gonna, you know, slip or anything like that. So let's try these on and see what they look like. Okay, I hope this angle is okay, but the first shoes I'm going to try on is the trainer style shoes. I don't think you're supposed to wear socks with them. I probably will a lot of the time just because I'm used to wearing socks. Oh my god, they feel huge. I'm so used to looking down at my feet and them being pointed towards the toes. They fit well, but yeah, that's weird. They do look funny. They do look funny. I'm just not used to it. I think that's the thing. I just need to get used to wearing different shape shoes. And the thing is as well, because my husband got some last year, like I said, and now whenever I look at his feet, they just look normal. They don't look huge because he's worn them for a year. You kind of just get used to the shape of them. So I'm going to stand up. Oh my gosh, they feel so weird. They just look so wide. They look so wide, but they're comfortable. I mean, I like them, but I don't know if you can see, they just look so wide at the toes. And like my toes are here, where the toes are obviously meant to be more here, like straighter. So my toes aren't completely wonky, but they definitely aren't straight where they should be. But it's nice to have so much space and my toes aren't being crammed in and things. So yeah, I think I like these. These are my new hiking, day trip, whatever shoes. And obviously when you wear shoes like this, it's good to wear either toe socks, or you can get barefoot socks, because if you wear regular socks, they also squeeze your toes in. So you do need to kind of maybe adjust your sock choice as well. But I'm just trying to decide if they're too small. No, I don't think so. I think there's enough space there for my toes. Yeah, I think there's enough space. They're actually pretty cool. I think I quite like them. I think it's also going to be an adjustment walking really flat, because all of my shoes have a little bit of a heel, even just trainers. They come up a little bit, so having these completely flat is going to take some getting used to. But I think they are going to be great. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. So there you go, there's the shoes. I think they are fantastic actually. I think it will take some getting used to, but I think they're going to be good. Okay, so the next pair of shoes I got is the Opanka 2 Women's in sheer pink. Now these ones for a start were in pink or white, so I got the white versions. And these ones had black, white or pink. So I went for pink, but they are very, very, very pale pink. Like they are almost, I mean, no, they're not white, but they are very, very pale. And I got these ones because these are super flat. So how these ones have a big grippy sole, you can see the kind of, you know, can physically grab onto the sole because there's so much there, so much grip. These ones, on the other hand, are super duper flat. They do have some sort of grip there as well, but they are so much flatter. And I think these are going to be really nice for walking around towns and cities and just kind of more of a casual shoe. So they do have some elastic, I'm not sure if you're going to see it, in there to make them comfortable. These are made of leather as well, so they will be water resistant hopefully. And these are going to be more shoes I would wear maybe with jeans, maybe with shorts, maybe with trousers, that kind of thing. I could wear these. And even though these are my hiking shoes, I could still wear these with leggings, trainers, all the rest of it, because they are just leggings and jeans, sorry, because they are just regular trainers. They just look like regular shoes, but they'd also be good for hiking. So I tried to be as practical as possible. So there they are side by side, and there's the soles side by side. So I'm really excited to try these because I think my mum had barefoot shoes when I was a teenager, and I think I called her something like penguin feet or something. I don't know, I just didn't get it. I was like, oh my god, it's so ugly. You need to wear skinny shoes and thin shoes and keep your toes tight and tiny and whatever. And it's interesting, the more I've been looking at Instagram accounts, I've seen people like my grandma's toes really went off to the side, and you look at the shoe she was wearing and it was these, but you know, posh grandma shoes, not Converse. So again, if you compare the sole, these two soles together, you can see there's such a huge difference there. And when you look from the front as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to try these on and see what we think about these shoes. Time for pair number 2. These again are a size 6, I believe. Handmade in Portugal. It doesn't say what size, but I think they're a size 6, UK size 6. Oh, these feel quite big actually. These feel a bit roomy. So these were in the sale actually from I think 150 down to 100. So I got like a third off. They don't do Black Friday sales, but it was just a regular sale. They just happen to have them cheaper. Let's have a look standing. So am I less convinced about these? Maybe I just need to wear them a bit. They do feel quite a lot looser, kind of. I don't know if you can see there, there's just a lot, like I feel like I could easily, you know, they are quite loose there, less so on that foot, so that's weird. Maybe I've got one foot bigger than the other. I don't know, what do we think, guys? Let's zoom in a bit as well so you can get the close-up view of these. So they definitely do look wide. I'm definitely not used to that, and they definitely are flat, but I think they could be good. I think I just need to get used to them. I think honestly as well that because these are such soft leather, I think these are the type of shoes that once you wear them a little bit, they'll mould to your feet and they'll just feel like second skin. I think they will feel lovely. The bit I'm concerned about here is this bit, if that's going to rub, because like I said, they are quite loose. So we'll just have to see about that. So I think what I'm going to have to do is wear them around the house for a couple of days and get used to them and probably come back and let you know if I'm keeping them. I think I probably am. So I wanted to show you them stacked up. So there's these and then these. And then I'll have, I want to get some Teva but thin sandals to replace both pairs of my like hiking sandals and my flip-flops. Just have one pair of sandals. So it'll be a lot smaller. The other thing I wanted to test was the, oh yeah, okay, the flexibility, because you always see online when they scrunch them all up, and actually they do scrunch. It is marking the leather, so I'm a little bit, I don't know how much I want to scrunch them, but you can scrunch them. And let's try these ones. Oh my god, yeah, you really can. I really didn't think, I don't know, I thought maybe you could scrunch the ones that have already been worn a lot, but no, you can scrunch them straight away, which obviously the Converse also scrunch, but these ones like barely scrunch the toes there. These ones do scrunch. I think they just scrunch in the middle. You can also twist them. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear these for the next couple of days and I will come back and let you know my verdict. They've also got insoles in these ones, which I'm not sure if you can take out because they seem to move a bit when I, yeah. So they've got just the regular shoe on the inside, and then they've also got some insoles in there. Yeah, I'm excited to try them. Anyway, I'll come back in a couple of days and give you a full kind of update of if I'm keeping them, if I like them, all that good stuff. Okay guys, it's been a couple of days. I wanted to update you on the shoes. I actually love them. So the pink ones, I know when I tried them on, I think I had cold feet and my feet had kind of shrunk down a little bit and they felt too big and I wasn't really sure. After a couple of days, what I ended up doing was putting them on straight out of bed when I had warm feet from being toasty in bed, put them straight on, and that was kind of my feet at like a normal temperature and they fit really, really well. I wore them around the house for a few hours, fit really well. The leather is super soft and it's going to be so comfortable. I didn't get any blisters, no uncomfortable kind of feeling, no kind of scratchiness or what's the word, blisters, things like that. They were absolutely great. So honestly, I think they're fab. I did think about sending them back. I contacted the support team on the chat thing and asked them, and they said, you know, just to try them for a couple of days, because you can try them. I think you can wear them for 100 days, even outside and everything. And if you don't like them, you can send them back. So I ended up kind of wearing them in the car park a little bit just outside just to see. But actually with warm feet, they're fine. And they're not something I'm going to be wearing when I'm cold because they're more of like a hot weather shoe. So, you know, hot places, my feet are going to be swelling and hotter and warmer, so they'll fit fine. And then in terms of the trainers, I like them because you can tighten them quite tight or you can have them quite loose. It's funny, I was in the car the other day with my mum and I could wiggle my toes whilst I had my shoes on, and I was like, that's a weird feeling because with my Converse, they're so crammed in there that I can't obviously wiggle my toes. So it was nice to be able to like wiggle my toes with my shoes. I have worn them outside a few times. I've worn them to visit my dad in hospital, things like that. So they are great as well. I do notice that they feel really flat in terms of like, I feel like my foot is going backwards. Like say that's my heel and that's my toes. I do feel like my foot is like doing this a little bit, which obviously it isn't. It is just being flat, but I'm so used to being elevated. So it does feel a little bit flat. I also had a bit, sorry, I'm talking super fast today. Anyway, take a breath. I did also find on the heel of my left foot, which is the one that felt particularly flat, I've got like a heel bruise or like a pressure sore on my heel. I'll pop a tiny photo in because it's not nice showing your feet online. So I think that's from wearing flat shoes because I've never had that before in my life. So I think it's from wearing flat shoes. I think I'm just not used to being so flat. So I have been alternating between flat shoes and my regular shoes just so that my feet can get used to wearing them. So I'm trying not to damage my feet whilst I get into flat shoes, like barefoot shoes. But that is something that happened just to be aware of. That might happen to you as well. But generally, I really, really like them, and I think it'll probably take me some time to get used to how flat they are in terms of, like I said, just feeling like your heel is going backwards, and also in terms of if I get any pain in terms of like the bruising and things. But I'm hoping that once you kind of push through that stage, I'll then be like a barefoot shoe girly for life, and I'll have like big fat feet. But no, they do have some really nice shoes as well. I've seen some nice boots they have online on Barefoot, Vivo Barefoot. I know there's other barefoot shoe companies as well. I haven't tried out them. Maybe that's something we'll get into in a couple of years, but I'm very much like especially because we're backpacking, I have 2 pairs of shoes and that's kind of it. I don't need 7 pairs of different shoes for different occasions and all the rest of it. So yeah, just wanted to update you. Love them, keeping them. And I think as well, when you first try them on, your feet are a little bit more, I don't know, tense maybe. And then when you actually wear them, when you're actually, you know, walking around for like an hour or two, your toes actually spread out a lot more. And I think that's why now they do feel like they fit properly. I thought they might be too big, but I think they're actually fine. That's the update on the shoes. Thanks for watching this one. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to answer as many as I can and try and, you know, help you guys out with this barefoot journey. Maybe I'll come back in 3 months and let you know how I'm getting on with them and if I still like them. And obviously by then it'll be too late anyway because we'll be off traveling hopefully. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.